Hi, I'm Brett Larkin. This is a quick sequence focusing on strengthening the body as well as doing some yummy yoga. We're going to start right in downward facing dog. So this is a beginner intermediate routine, I'd say. So definitely check out my pure beginner classes if you're brand new, but if you've been doing beginner classes for a while, this class should be great for you. Just begin in your down dog, pedaling through the legs, tuning into your breath. Spread the fingers as far apart from one another as possible. Begin pressing down through the index finger knuckle, pressing down through the thumbs. Pedal the legs, just bend one knee and then the other. Take a huge deep breath in. And exhale all the way, nose or mouth. Just here in your dog once more, inhaling, exhaling. Once more, breathe in. Let it go. Good. Inhale, rock forward to your plank pose. So your shoulders come all the way over your wrists. Exhale, pull from your core, from under the waistband of your pants back into downward facing dog. 2 more like that. Inhale, rock forward plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, rock forward to plank. And exhale, down dog. Step your right foot forward between the hands. Come into a gentle twist. You're just going to keep the left hand down and reach the right arm up. Begin squeezing your inner thighs towards one another and rotating your chest towards the ceiling. Notice if your back left leg is bent or doesn't have energy in it, really get it stick straight, nice and long, and breathe here. From the heel to the crown of the head, every inhale, find length. Every exhale, twist a little deeper in the chest as you glide the shoulders down and back. Last breath. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Step the left foot forward to meet the right. Feet can be hip width apart. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold and melt. Inhale, circle the arms down, around, and up. Reach up. Exhale, press the air away. Inhale, come into your chair pose. So right away, sinking, toes touch, heels apart. Get the hips as low as you can. Draw your navel in, curl the tailbone forward, sink 3 inches lower. We're holding here for 3 breaths, firing up the strength in the legs. Big, long inhale. Exhale, squeezing the inner thighs together, visualizing heating up the body. Last 2. Last 1. Good, listen carefully. Inhale, draw your right knee, make sure it's your right knee into the chest, pull the right knee into the chest, and right away taking a little balance, you'll take the sole of the foot either into the groin, so up high above the knee, or down on the ankle, or just down to the floor if you're still working on your balance. So lots of options for your tree pose. Wherever you are, press the right foot into the left thigh, press the left thigh into the right foot. Fuse those 2 together, and from there get taller. Pick a single point of focus to gaze at in front of you. So in your tree pose, you're really thinking about this dynamic opposition between the foot and the leg. It's the foot pressing into the leg and the leg pressing up into the foot that's going to let you balance here. Good. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Draw the right knee into the chest again. Give it a squeeze. And then exhale, set the foot down. Breathe in, circle the arms down, around, and up. So press down through the feet. Really take your time here. Activate the biceps, spread the fingers far apart, and exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale, half lift, get long. And exhale, step the right foot now back in space. Right hand to the ground, left arm up. Easy twist, second side. Maybe using a block under the right hand if that feels good. Really experimenting with where you want to be to find heel to crown of head in the same plane, and you're breathing the heel and head apart from one another every in-breath. And every in-breath you're twisting deeper. Last 2. Last 1. Get that back right leg stick straight. And then exhale, hands frame the foot. Step back to your downward facing dog. Good. Hold here, pedal through the legs. And then as you exhale, drop down onto your forearms And we'll come into a little dolphin pose. So again, focusing on strength today, I want you to press your torso towards your thigh bones. So okay to bend the knees, and then think about walking the feet closer towards you. We're here for 3 breaths. Keep pressing the forearms down into the ground. Experiment with where you want your legs. So maybe take them as wide as the mat. Maybe bend the knees. If you bend the knees, I want you to shoot the tailbone straight up towards the sky, and then you're pulling your abs up and in away from the floor and pressing your chest towards your thigh bones. Last 2 breaths. Final breath. Good, and then walk the feet back all the way to the back of the mat. So you're in your forearm plank. We'll hold here for 5 breaths. So zipper the abs up and in. Draw your shoulders down and back. Make sure the legs are super engaged. You're pressing the heels back. We're here for 3. Imagine a little fire on your mat under your belly, so you're really sucking and drawing the abs up. The hips are levering towards the chin. And then fire up your transverse abdominal muscles. So you want you to drag energetically. Just think of dragging your elbows back and dragging your toes forward, like your mat wanted to bubble up in the center. Final breath, you got it. Exhale, drop it down. Come into a little Sphinx pose. You're right there. The elbows are directly under the shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Continue wrapping the shoulder heads back, pressing the heart forward. It's like you want to drag the mat back in space. Final breath. Good. And then we'll take this into movement. So you're going to inhale, open the chest. Exhale, pull your navel away from the mat. Look at your navel and lift your hips off the ground. Good. And then gently come back down. So a little core work here. So you're breathing in Sphinx. And then the exhale, you suck the belly up and in. Look down. See the tops of your feet. And the tops of the feet stay on the floor the whole time. I'm going to do this 3 more times. So just go at your own pace. You can just stay in Sphinx if you don't want to do the strengthening. But strength is our focus today. So look at the navel. See the tops of the feet. And then suck your abs in up even as you come down. That's really the key here and what's going to make it extra effective. So you draw the abs up and in to come and lift the hips just so they're in line with the shoulders. Look in at yourself. And now draw your abs away from the floor even more as you lower the hips down. Good. Last one. Suck the abs up and in. It's like you're wearing a little corset that's getting tighter, tighter, tighter as you lower to the ground. Nice job. Press back into a child's pose. Just take a moment of rest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Final breath. And then come into your downward facing dog. So we'll do the same thing again, not the whole thing, but the part with the twist and with chair and tree. You're going to inhale first, just rock forward to plank. Exhale, hips high, down dog. Good. Inhale, rock forward to plank. Use your whole in-breath to rock forward. Really line up shoulders over wrists. Exhale, press back, down dog. Good. Inhale, rock forward to plank. Getting the shoulders nice and strong. Pull up, down dog. And now step the left foot between the hands. Easy twist, you got it. Right hand down, left arm up. Just spending a little less time here, but coming into our deepest point, our edge, and our great alignment right away. So kick the right heel back. Spin the chest towards the ceiling. Narrow the hips towards one another. Huge breath in. Huge breath out. And then on this side, if you want to test your strength, bring the hands to prayer and see if you can hold it here, 2 breaths. You can always have the hand on the ground if you prefer. Just test yourself. Draw the abs and the groin up away from the mat. Last breath. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Step it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms down, around, and up. Press down through the feet. Reach up. Exhale, sink low into your chair pose. Squeeze the inner thighs together, bring the toes to touch and heels apart unless you are having trouble balancing, in which case keep the feet hip width apart. Sink low, low, low. 3 breaths, deliberately heating, strengthening the legs. Last 2. Last 1. Come on up, take the left knee with you this time, draw it into the chest. And then exhale, coming into your tree pose. So left sole of foot into the right inner thigh this time. Remember, totally okay to have the foot farther down on the leg or even sort of at the ankle with the toes on the floor. Just don't have the sole of foot pressing into the kneecap. That's what you really want to avoid. Good. And then find your breathing. Feel the micro movements happening in the body as you shift in this tree. So you're never static when you're balancing. You're just sort of surfing movement. Press the foot into the thigh. Press the thigh into the foot. Last breath. Good. And then draw the left knee back into the chest. Set it down onto the floor. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Look up, make this a big reach. Extend through the fingertips, activate the biceps. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. And this time, take the left foot back in space. Second time, easy twist, left hand down, right arm up. Keep pressing through the back left heel. And your option to stay here or test your strength, right? Imagine that I'm pulling your right wrist up, and that lets you, see, you can test your balance here just hovering, and then see if you want to come into prayer. Squeeze the groin up and in. Squeeze the inner thighs together, find your twist. Okay if hand is on the mat. And it's fun to come into it this way because we usually always come into this prayer from above, right? We start in lunge and we come down. It's fun to come into it the opposite way when we're playing with strength. To come into it pulling away from the ground. It's just kind of interesting and why I wanted to offer it up for this class. Last breath. Good. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Step it back to your dog pose. Your choice now, flow through chaturanga or skip it. So you can come to plank, you can take knees, chest, chin, you can come to the floor and take cobra, or you can take up dog and all the way back for downward facing dog. Good. Walk your hands and feet towards one another now in the center of the mat. Good. Just enjoy a nice forward fold here, clasp opposite elbows, sway side to side for just a moment. Good, and then heel toe the feet apart. Make the heels be on the wood and the toes be on the ground. Sink your hips low and come into your squat malasana. Press the elbows into the knees and then press the thighs or the knees into the elbows. And from there, see if you can find that strengthening deep ab muscles once again. So it should feel like your groin wanted to pick something up off the floor and squeeze it into the body. So see if you can feel your groin muscles pulling up and in, like the sensation if you wanted to stop, if you were urinating, right? Or if you wanted to physically pick something up off the floor through your pelvis. I want you to suck up the groin muscles and then lengthen the tailbone down. It's that same suctioning up action that we played with in order to come into the twist from the hands being down on the ground to into the prayer twist. And then option one is to just stay here and keep feeling that pelvic lift. Option two is to play with crow pose, in which case you'll take the hands a little farther in front of you than your shoulders because you want to have room to come forward. So don't take the hands too close to you because you'll have a really hard time. Take them, about 1.5 feet in front of you, and then rock your weight forward. Squeeze your knees into your elbows, and you can play with your crow and your balance. Really squeezing the pelvic floor up and in is what's going to help you here. And if you have a block and you want to practice, you can also try being up on the block and begin rocking forward from there to help you get that lift. Last 2 breaths, playing with it. And then coming back, we'll all meet in the squat. And deep breath in. And deep breath out. Good. Take your hands behind you and just set your seat to the floor. Bring the soles of the feet to touch in front of you. And if that's kind of a tricky transition for you from here to here and you need to get into it another way, no problem. Don't worry about it. Just come meet me on the floor with the sitting bones rooting down and then the chest getting nice and tall. Breathe in. And then exhale, bend the elbows, keep that nice long tall spine, shoulder blades glide down the back, and then gently fold forward. Good. Just releasing all our strength work. Just refinding your breath. Nice stretch for the outer hips. And then really let your head be heavy. Final breath. Gently press yourself up. Take your hands to either side of the thighs. Use your hands to push your thighs up. Last strengthening pose, we'll take either reverse table or full reverse plank. So how that works is I want your fingertips facing your heels. Lift the hips up. So the fingertips are facing the heels, and you come into your reverse table. Get your hips way higher than you think you need to. And then the head can either be looking down the center line of the body, or if it feels safe, you can drop it back behind you. Your choice. And those of you that are super strong, you're welcome to extend the legs and find a reverse table here. For 5, 4, so reverse table or reverse plank. Strong and steady, press down through the index finger knuckle. Last breath, if you're in reverse table, see if you can join us in plank just for this last breath. Good, and then exhale, seat to the ground. Inhale, reach the arms up. Feel that in my biceps. Exhale, fold forward. It's okay if the knees are bent. Just do your best. Inhale, glide the shoulders down and back, get long. And exhale, fold. So if the knees are bent, you'll just look like this. Still, it's a great release for the low back. And you're still receiving all the benefits of doing yoga in the pose. Good. Gently walk the hands up. And now your choice to slide into a Shavasana. If you're doing that, I'm going to invite you to scooch the seat forward. Bring the arms up and gently roll down one vertebra at a time, extending the legs to take your Shavasana. If you're more pressed for time, you can just join me in a comfortable seated position. Bring the hands to prayer in front of the chest. Huge breath in. Open the mouth, exhale. And you can do this if you're in Shavasana too. Deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it all go. Last breath like that. Inhaling to your fullest capacity. Open the mouth, big release. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick strengthening practice. I'd love to hear how it went for you, so let me know in the comments down below. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and triple check that you're subscribed to my channel here on YouTube. Make sure that subscribe button is clicked so I can officially welcome you into the community. So much love from my heart to yours. Namaste.